exam, you won't be getting more time for that. For a competitive exam, only time you get is per question 30 seconds itself is something more than required, or more than what the actual uh, what you can't waste more than that. Okay, so others, Arjun, Harini, Ritika, Srihari, where are your assignment papers? I didn't receive it.
I sent it
I'm
in the
sent,
mail.
ma'am.
You have Harini. I saw yours. Srihari also I saw
Yes,
yours,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
but I haven't seen the others. Like Arjun, have you sent it to Guruji Student Services? Okay, Ritika Shri, did you do that? Okay. So next time onwards, what, not just next time, today onwards, okay, this very day onwards, what we are going to, we from the teacher side, we are going to do is, once you are given a deadline, within that time we are not receiving your email, means direct call to your parents will be gone for sure. Okay. So maybe it's just not the exact faculty calling your parents. So be extra careful about that. One. Number two, if you are not able to keep up the timing of an assignment, how you are going to keep up the timing for an examination? That's my question. So, how much time did it take total for you to copy the question and answer the question, Hari, Ashwika, Harini, Srihari? Some 40 minutes, more or less,
Yes, ma'am.
isn't it? That's enough. Within a 48 hours, you just spend some 40 minutes for this. Okay, a chapter will be covered. When you're solving a problem, you're almost thorough with the chapter itself. That will also be done side by side. Okay, so let us start with today's class anyway. So today's class, I will just start with a problem, like few problems, solving few problems, and then what we are going to do is we will complete the chapter. A small portion was left over. Okay, so those portion we will complete. Okay, so let us start with some problems. Okay, so this is the first question we are going to discuss is actually a JE question, which is actually a repeated question too. See, students, for 2021 paper, I want all of you to turn on your videos once now. All of you. Harini, Harishankar, Ashwika. Yeah, come on. So actually, 2021 February session, that is slot 1. February session is actually completed. Its result is being published. All those things has happened. Okay, there are students from Guruji who have scored above 90 percentage, which is good. That means they can go into advanced. Like they will be qualified to JEE advanced. Still, there are three more slots to go. Three more slots to go. So what I am telling you is, when we are giving you, we are already giving revision sessions for them, those students who are already writing it. So what happens is, when we are revising, what we noted is same questions from the previous papers were repeated. Same questions without any, even the decimals or the values was not changed. Okay, the measurements or whatever they have given hasn't been changed. For organic reactions, it was like reagents itself, they haven't changed. Even the starting compound also they haven't changed. Okay, same, exactly same questions has been asked. 3 plus questions was there per paper. So what happens is, it would be like when you are practicing more questions, be it previous year questions or practice question papers or whatever, that will only going to help you for your examination. So solve as many problems as possible. First point, as many problems as possible. Be thorough with the concept because you need it. But when it comes to entrance examination, scoring marks for the entrance examination, it is not the concept. It is the problem solving ability, keeping the timings. Those things will help you. Only those things will help you. Okay. So that is the way you can score marks. So let us straight away dive into the first question. for today's discussion. So, Harini, can you read it out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Element B forms a CCP structure and A occupies half of the octahedral voids. An oxygen atom occupies all the tetrahedral voids. The structure of the bimetallic oxide is
Okay. So, what they have asked, they have given a bimetallic oxide. That is, with oxygen, there is two different type of metals. What is the condition? How they are arranged? CCP structure. And what? That is, B is forming cubic close packed structure. Means it is in what? It is in what structure is it? What structure is it? CCP means what? Same
Cubic
as
structure.
cubic structure. CCP means what? Same as FCC. Okay. CCP means it is the same as FCC. Cubic close pack means it is FCC. Okay. A occupies half of the octahedral voids and oxygen atom is occupying all the tetrahedral voids. So the structure they have asked. You can solve this in two methods. Okay. So method number 1 I am discussing here, right here. Method number 2 we will see. Okay. So when I am asking for the details, please someone respond. Okay. So B is for what is the structure? Come on, someone respond. Turn on your mic. Respond.
CCP structure.
CCP means what?
FCC.
Same as FCC. Okay, good. So what happens? Let us say N is the number. Okay, N is the number of B. They have given CCP structure arrangement is followed by B. B atom is occupying CCP lattice structure. So N, that much N number of B, isn't it? Now, how many A atoms? What is the hint they have given? Half of the octahedral void is occupied by A. Means what? For FCC structure, how many octahedral voids are there? If N atoms are there, N OH voids are there. But of these, by 2. N by 2, A atoms are there. Okay. What about oxygen? Oxygen is occupying all TD voids. All TD voids means what? All TD voids means tetrahedral voids means 2 into N, that much TD voids are there. All are occupied by O. That means the formula is Bn AN by 2 O2N. Okay. So highest common factor and multiplied. Okay. Avoid all those N. Let N is equal to 1. Let N is equal to 1. Take N as 1. So B A1 by 2 B1 O2. Okay, when you are taking the highest common factor so that it can be, all the numbers can be a whole number. A1 B2 O4. That is AB2O4. Any doubts? Anybody? Anyone having any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No doubts. Anybody having any problem with this? Like any confusions
No,
about
ma'am.
the numbers? Like for FCC, if there are n number of atoms, that means n number of octahedral voids are there. Okay, and 2n number of tetrahedral voids are there. This we have discussed in the very last class. So these are all thorough with, these all should be those details should be thorough with you. Otherwise, it would be difficult for you to answer this question. Okay, so this is one method. Now, method number 2. Have you all copied this down already? Done? Or can you do it yourselves? Isn't it? You can do it yourselves. Okay, shall I clear the board? Anybody who wants this to be who want us to stay? Okay, so I will clear the board. Isn't it? Anybody who is in need to copy this down? Shweta, Ritika Shri, are you able to follow? Arjun? Okay. So I'm clearing this. So now the second method. Method number 2 is actually a bit easier than what I think it is. Like for me, that would be the easy method. For FCC lattice, B atoms are arranged, isn't it? B atoms are arranged in the FCC format. That means 4 number of atoms per unit cell. 4 B atom per unit cell. Okay. For 4 B atoms, for 4 atoms per FCC, how many OS are there? 4 octahedral per FCC unit cell, isn't it? Of these, half of them are arranged for A, position for A, that is 2A. Okay, how many tetrahedral are there? 8 TD are there for per FCC unit cell. For FCC unit cell, per unit cell, 8 tetrahedral voids are there. All are filled by oxygen. So O8. Okay, O8. So it is like A2B4O8. Simplify it, you get AB2O4. Same formula. Which is easy. Okay, for some of you, first method will be easy. For some of you, second method will be easy. While reading the question and along with that you are assuming conclusions means I would say first method will be easy. But when you are already foreseeing how FCC is like, and from that FCC point of view you are solving means this method would be easy. Anyway, there are 2 methods for calculation. This method I haven't mentioned in the slide, so you have to copy this down. Once completed, give me a thumbs up. We will go to the next. Yes, I can see some thumbs ups coming up. Harini, good. Yes, Ashwika. Shweta, Srihari. Ritika Shri, how about you? Arjun? Okay. Harishankar, okay. So we got all of them. So now I'm just closing this up. So this is the one method, first method, and the other one is the second method. Have you copied this down? The first method completed with the question and answer? Completed with this slide, you have to give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Yes, I can see some thumbs ups already. Good. Anybody yet to finish? Ashwika, Harishankar? Yes. Yes, Ashwika. Okay. Okay, so shall we go to the next? Anybody yet to finish? Yeah. So the next question is, consider, this is actually a very big question, okay. Harishankar, can you read it out?
Consider the BCC unit cells of the solids 1 and 2 with the position of atoms as shown below. The radius of atom B is twice that of atom A. The unit cell edge length is 50% more than in solid 2 than in 1. What is the approximate packing efficiency in solid 2?
Okay. So you have seen 2 solids. You have read a half-page length question. Am I right? What would be the first thing you do when you are in an examination hall? Come on, you can just respond. Just like that. What comes first in your mind, you have to say. That's it. Ashrika.
Keyword.
Keywords. Okay. Keywords is something you do while you're solving. But if I were you, I would skip the question first. In the first round, don't attempt this kind of half page big questions. I would say no because it would waste your time. But you may instantly know that this is something you can solve. Okay, this is a solvable problem. This is a problem you can solve it. Okay, when there is a second round, there you can solve this. Okay, not in the first round. Okay, first round you are sitting and solving means it would take up a time like you could have solved three easy other questions, three other easily solvable questions, three other 30-second questions you might have solved. Okay, for this you will take some time. But when you are coming back and when you are answering this, how would you do? Okay, as Harini said, it is the keywords. What are the keywords, Harini? Gone. Okay, so what are the keywords, Shweta? Give it a try. Shweta, are you there? Okay. Srihari?
Ma'am,
Yeah. Keywords?
there are two solids, ma'am.
Okay.
The radius of atom B is twice than that of atom A, ma'am.
And
And
one more.
the edge length of a unit cell is 50% more in solid 2 than in 1, ma'am.
That's all. This is all you have to take care of. Okay. So now let us solve this problem. Okay. Solving this is not so easy, but it can be made simpler when you are writing down what is given. The criteria point of view, you can solve it easily. Okay. This is a kind of question I have given you when it is coming to that density kind of a question. Okay. That much toughness is there. So what is it? Solid 1 is there and solid 2 is there. Okay. For solid 1, it is all A. Okay. Body centered cube is given, isn't it? It is body centered cube. Am I right? Cube is C. It is body centered structure, BCC unit cells. Okay. So in solid 1, N is equal to 2. Okay. In solid 2, what happens? N not equal to 2. Actually, it is not. N of A is not like N of A is equal to 1. Number of B is equal to 1. Do you get that point? Do you understand that? Did you get the point? Ashvika, confused?
Little bit, ma'am.
What happened? No, I didn't hear you properly.
Little bit confused, ma'am.
Little bit confused, isn't it? So the point is very simple. Actually, what happens is you can see the shared screen, right? You can see the solid. So solid 1, this is the one where the cursor is moving. In solid 1, all the atoms are A. Means number of A atoms. Being a BCC solid, the number of A atoms is 2. But in solid 2, what happens? The number of A atoms is only the corner atoms. How many corners are there? 8 corners are there. How many corners are shared between other cubes? 1 by 8. Each corner is shared by 8 other cubes. So it is 1 by 8 into 8. Only 1 A atom per unit cell, effective. Okay. But in solid 2, the B atom is inside the cube and it is effective. Number of B atom in that unit cell is 1. Okay. So number of A is equal to 1. Number of B is equal to 1. Now is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Ashvika, Harishankar, Harini, Ritika, Shweta, Sylvia. Okay, anybody having any other confusions? So now let us take, let us once again see the question. Okay, and what is given? The radius of atom B is twice that of A and the edge length of solid 2 is more than 50% more than solid 1. This is given. Let us analyze. Let us see. Okay, solid 1, solid 2, let it be there. What is the question? Packing efficiency is the question. What is the formula for packing efficiency? Packing efficiency is equal to number of atoms per unit cell, N, into what? 4 by 3 pi r cube divided by what? A cube into 100. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't it? Packing efficiency of solid 2 is our problem, isn't it? Packing efficiency of solid 2 is equal to 1 by 8 into 8 into 4 by 3 pi r a cube. Isn't it? Am I right? Into 1 into 4 by 3 pi rb cube. Isn't it? Here the corners, all the corners which is enclosed, like which are filled by A atoms, that is 1 by 8 into 8, number of A atoms, into volume of A atom, into body center atom, number of body center atom 1, into body center atoms volume 4 by 3 pi r b cube, whole divided by solid 2 they have asked, so the edge length should be A2 cube. Isn't it? Anybody having any doubts? I think
No, ma'am.
no doubts. Okay. Can you all hear me? Is there any disturbances? Okay. So what happens? Now let us see, one is in RA term, one other one is RB term, another one is A2 term. See, the terms are should be equalized. So what is RB in terms of RA? Radius of B is twice that of 2 times that of radius of A. So RB is equal to 2 into RA. Am I right? Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't it? Now what about A1 and A2? A1 is equal to A1 is equal to come on
50% more in solid 2 than 1.
A1 more is in like A2. A2 is equal to A1 plus 50% of A1. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't it? That is, if A1 is 100, then plus 50% means plus 50 into A1. Isn't it? Hello? Mathematics. Okay, more simpler language. So 1A1, okay, A1 let us take it outside. Okay, 1 plus then 50%, 50 by 100 into A1, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now take LCM. 150 divided by 100. Isn't it? That is 1.5 A1. Got the point?
Yes, ma'am.
Got it? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that is what I said. If A1 is 100, then plus 50, 150 is the value. Okay, so let us take it in this is the correct method. Okay, if A1 is 1, then the 50% of A1. So 50 by 100, take LCM and calculate 150 divided by 100. Change two decimals. 1.5 is the answer. 1.5 A1. A2 means 1.5 A1. See, RB, instead of RB, substitute 2 RA. Instead of A2, substitute 1.5 A1. Okay, so what is actually A1? What is A1? What is A in a BCC? What is A?
82 by 1.5.
Okay, not that I was asking you. A is equal to 4R by, come on. A is equal to 4R by 3. Okay, A is equal to 4R by root 3. So, A2, that is equal to actually 4R2 4RA divided by root 3, and it is actually into 1.5. That much things are there, isn't it? Am I right?
Ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am.
Yes, come on. That's why I
How do you,
gave some time to think. Yeah.
ma'am, you wrote A2 is equal to A1 plus 50% of A1.
Yeah. Okay. So packing efficiency of solid 2, that great formula did you write? All of you? All of you? Did you complete with this one? Can I clear the board? It is too crowded. That's why you are finding it very difficult. Okay. So what happens is, what I told you is what is RB? RB is equal to 2 into RA. That is clear, isn't it, Harishankar?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now what is A2? A2 is equal to 50% more than A1 they have given. 50% more than A1 means
Yes, ma'am.
already
A1 plus
A1 is there,
50% of A1.
then 50% of A1 also addition. Okay, now take A1 outside. What will you get? 1 plus 50% means what? 50 divided by 100. Am I right? What is 50%? 50 out of 100.
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't it?
Understood. Yes, ma'am.
Harishankar? Okay, now what happens? You simply take cross multiplication LCM. What happens? 150 by 100 you will get. That is 1.5, that much A1. That is actually A2, value of A2. But what is A1? A1 is root 4RA divided by root 3. Isn't it? Harini, you were right in the earlier case, isn't it? 1.5 in. Okay. So what is A2? A1, see what you have got. A2 is 1.5 into A1. What is A1? A1 is 4RA divided by root 3. Come on, somebody respond. Ashwika, confused? Still confused?
Yes, ma'am. I was confused in that age length,
So,
ma'am.
edge length. Okay. So what happens is from solid 1, listen all of you, from solid 1, what you have got? You have got A1. A1 is actually in solid 1. You are comparing solid 1 with solid 2. So all the values should be taken from solid 1. In comparison with solid 1, you have to adopt. Okay. So in solid 1, A1 is equal to what? 4RA divided by root 3. Am I right? Ashvika, Harishankar, Harini, Ritika.
Yes, ma'am.
As much is clear for every one of you. Sylvia, Srihari,
Yes.
clear. Okay. So 4RA divided by root 3 is there. Now what is A2? A2 you have already calculated and obtained the result that it is 1.5 into A1. Ashvika, are you clear about this 1.5 A1?
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
Ma'am, I was in the question that they have given edge length is 50% more in solid 2 than in 1, ma'am. So it's
okay.
enough to add A1 plus 50%, no, ma'am. Why we are
Exactly.
multiplying with A1 again?
Okay, it is multiplying. See what they have given. What they have given is A1, A2. Okay, solid 2 edge length. That is A2. Okay, edge length of solid 2. That is A2 is actually 50% more than that in solid 1. So solid 1, how many is there? Plus 50%. So solid 1, how many is actually there? A1. 50% more. So add again 50%. Is it clear? They haven't given 50% of solid 1. They have given 50% more than solid 1. So whatever is there in solid 1 is still there plus a 50% also.
Yes, ma'am.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is actually 50%? Half, isn't it? So for solid 1, it is A1, means for solid 2, it is A1 plus 0.5, that is 50%, or what? Half, more, half also you have to add. Okay, so half A1. 1 plus half you have to add. Okay, so it is 1.5. 1.5 A1 is A2. Now A1 you have to substitute, that is 1.5 into 4RA divided by root 3. Shall we move to the calculation side now? Is it all clear for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now, okay, good. So now what is packing efficiency? Okay, 1 into 4 by 3 pi RA cube into 1 into 4 by 3 pi R B cube divided by what? A2 cube. Now substitute all the values. So it is 4 by 3 pi R A cube and 4 by 3 pi into 2RA the whole cube, and it is divided by what? A2 cube. What is A2? 1.5 into
A1
4RA divided by root 3 whole cube. Okay. 1.5 into 4 into RA divided by root 3 the whole cube. Do the calculation. Okay. Calculation is your duty to do. I don't want to like waste so much time with that. Okay, so what happens? Actually, it is plus. You have to add it because it is two different atoms. Ouch. Here it is not multiplication. Here it is plus because n, the atoms number are, you are going to add it. Okay, 4 by 3 pi RA cube plus 4 by 3 pi 2RA whole cube divided by 1.5 into 4 into RA divided by root 3, the whole cube. Okay, calculation can you do? Can you do the calculation?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you do the calculation? Okay. So 1.5 into 4RA divided by root 3, all those things you can simplify. Okay, you will get 2 root 3 RA cube, and the numerator, what you have to do is 4 by 3 pi RA cube, you can take it outside. Okay, that way you can do it. Actually, calculations should be made very simple. Let us try it. Anyway, for this question, we have already spent this much time. Why not spend a little bit more? So it would be like 1.5, you can write it as what? 2 by 3, isn't it? Sorry, 3 by 2. You can write it as 3 by 2, isn't it? So what happens is 4 by 3 pi RA cube I have taken out. Inside the bracket 1 plus the 2 cube. 2 cube is there, isn't it? Okay, 2 cube is what?
8.
2 cube is
8, ma'am.
8. Okay, divided by 3 by 2 into 4 by root 3 RA the whole cube. Okay. So what happens inside the bracket itself, you can do some calculation. You get 2 root 3. 2 and 4 cancel it. It would be 2. Root 3 and 3 you cancel it. You will get root 3. Okay. 2 root 3 will be your answer there. Okay. With that, simplify it again. You will get into the answer. Okay. Very easily you can obtain the answer with this calculation. And that R cube, all those things you can take it out, and RA cube, you can cancel it off. Pi will be left over because you cannot cancel it in numerator and denominator. So many other things will get cancelled. Finally, you will get something close to 90%. Some 85-90 area you are getting means you can directly go for the options. In the examination hall, that would be the one happening. Okay, clear? Is it clear, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Should I do the calculations also? Okay, let us see. Shall I clear the board? Okay, what happens is 4 by 3 pi RA cube plus 4 by 3 pi 2 into RA whole cube divided by 2 root 3 RA the whole cube. You got this. Okay. What happens is you are taking the necessary things outside. What happens is 4 divided by 3 into here in the denominator 8 into again 3 root 3 into RA cube. This is what you will get in the denominator. Numerator, there is one 4 and pi and RA cube outside. Inside the bracket 1 plus 8. Okay. Cancel the necessary things and obtain the result. Okay. So what happens is you have 9. Okay. So it would be 3 into 3 into 4 into pi into RA cube, and RA cube already I have cancelled it. So 3 into 8 into 3 root 3. Okay. What happens? 3, 3, 4, all those things you can cancel. Pi by 2 root 3 will be your answer. Pi by 2 root 3 we can calculate. It would be close to, and packing efficiency is actually what? Into 100 that much percentage, isn't it? So whole into 100 that much percentage. So you will get something close to 90%. 90 point something percentage. Okay, Clear? How to do this pi by 2 root 3 calculation? Do you have any idea? Pi by 3 is actually, pi by 2 root 3 is actually 3.414 divided by 2 root 3. So assume that this is 3 itself. Okay. So 3 and 3. So it would be approximately root 3 by 2. So it is like 1.7 something divided by 2. As you have reduced the original value, you can take it as 1.8 divided by 2. So it would be close to 0.9. Okay. Into 100, that much percentage you are getting means 9 in 0.9 into 100. So it would be 90%. That's how you obtain this result. Clear? Anybody having any doubts? Ashwika,
No doubts,
Harishankar,
ma'am.
Harini?
No, ma'am.
No doubts. The calculation part is fine with you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Sylvia?
Yes, ma'am.
Sylvia, how about you?
Yes.
Clear. So let us go into the next question. So this is one of the, it's not just tough. It is like, it is very important. That's why. Okay. So how many unit cells are present in a cube-shaped ideal crystal of NaCl of mass 1 gram? Okay, there are 3-4 things I have to make you understand from this question. Okay, number one is, if you are directly given that it is NaCl, how will you know which is the cubic lattice? Actually, NaCl cubic lattice is FCC. Okay, face-centered cubic crystal lattice. But how will you know that? For that, the chart I have given in the second class will help you. There are so many examples given, isn't it? FCC, this is the example, etc. I have given it to you. So that will help you there. Okay. So NaCl is crystallizing in FCC format. Number one, point number one. I told you I have 3 or 4 things to be noted from this question. Second one is ideal crystal they have given. See, ideal crystal, and have you heard about this ideal number and real number already in mathematics?
Yes, ma'am. Ideal means it's like imaginary, not real.
Not real. That's it. Ideal is not, it is not like, okay, it is not fake or it is not faulty, it is not pseudo. Something that we are imagining that particular crystal is perfect. That is our imagination. That's all. Okay, it is not real. In real condition, there will be some defects in the crystal. The crystal defects we are going to discuss in this class. Okay, after this question, we have to discuss that. Another problem here is how this NaCl, the atoms of Na and atoms of Cl, how they are arranged. Okay, in an FCC, that I have to show you. That is third thing. Fourth thing is how to calculate this. That's all. Like how to answer this question. Okay, shall we start with it? Okay, so let me go to the down slide. So this is actually a NaCl crystal, a sodium chloride crystal, looks like this. This is the FCC or face-centered cubic crystal lattice, in which all the blue big dots are chloride ion, which is the one in the FCC lattice. That is comprising the FCC lattice. Got the point? It is the Cl minus anions that determine the FCC structure. All the points in the FCC structure, that is all the corners, all the face centers of the FCC crystal lattice of NaCl is occupied by Cl minus anion. Okay. In between two consecutive Cl minus anion, this Na plus cation will be situated. Idea is clear? This idea is clear, all of you? See the figure carefully. See all the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, top and bottom, all the corners, Cl minus ion. Phase center, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, all the phase centers also Cl minus ion. In between two Cl minus, along the edge, there is one Na plus. All the edge centers are filled by Na plus ion. This idea is clear for all of you? Perfect. Anybody having any confusion? You are seeing this. Okay. So any confusions? We are good to go. Am I right? Harishankar, Harini, Ritika? Yeah. Srihari, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Clear. Okay, so this is our question. So ideal crystal of NaCl you have already seen, and they have asked how many unit cells are there. Okay, how many unit cell is present is their question. Okay, so our solution is very simple. NaCl is having FCC structure. That is, the lattice, the effective number of atom per lattice is N is equal to 4. Which means for 1 gram of, let me take the board, otherwise, again, I don't want any confusions to happen. Okay, for FCC lattice, okay, N is equal to 4, isn't it? So in this case, what? This FCC lattice positions are filled by chloride minus ion. Am I right? Chloride ions. Isn't it? So number of chloride ions is equal to 4. That is the meaning. Which means what? NaCl is our compound. Okay. For 1 chloride ion, there is 1 Na plus ion. That is for sure. That is the stoichiometric ratio. Am I right? Formula ratio is what? For 1 chloride ion, there should be 1 Na plus ion. Is that clear? Students? Confusions? Harishankar? Clear. Ashwika? Harini? Shweta? Sylvia? Any confusions? Srihari?
No, ma'am.
No confusions.
No confusion.
No confusions. Okay. So what is the number of Na plus ions? That is also 4. Isn't it? That means per unit cell, 4 NaCl compound is there, or molecule. We can say that it is molecule. NaCl molecule is there. Am I right? Clear? Idea is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now let us get back to the question and let us see what is the actual question. Okay. So our actual question is, they have given mass of the NaCl crystal they have taken. That is 1 gram. Okay. In 1 gram, how many unit cell is present? So in 1 gram, you can find out how many molecules are present. Okay. Divided by 4, you will get how many unit cell is present. Am I right? Per FCC lattice structure, 4 NaCl molecules are there. That is clear. 1 gram NaCl, it contains how many NaCl units? 1 gram means Avogadro number of molecules are there. That is 6.023 into 10 raised to 23 NaCl molecules are there. Okay, but they have given the mass. Okay, so with that we have to calculate number of molecular mass of NaCl and number of units. If you like, how many NaCl molecules are there is equal to Avogadro number divided by molecular mass, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you got that answer. Okay, and how much is the number of unit cell? For that you have to divide how many NaCl molecules are there divided by 4, because each unit is having 4 ones. So divided by 4, you will get how many unit cells are there. Am I right? Okay, let us do the problem. Then you will get some idea. Okay, so they have given this as a problem. Okay, in that problem they have given one more thing. Atomic mass of sodium is 23 and that of chlorine is 35.5. Okay, so 23 and 35.5. So for Na it is 23, for chlorine it is 35.5. What happens? Total for NaCl it is what? 58.5. Okay, in 1 gram. Okay, number of NaCl in 1 gram crystal is equal to, in 1 gram always the Avogadro number is followed. Okay, in 1 gram NaCl, okay, 6.023 into 10 to the power 23, that much moles are, that much NaCl is there. That is the number in 1 gram. Okay, so divided by atomic mass, you will get the number of NaCl per units, per in that crystal, in the total crystal. Okay, so 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 divided by 58.5. You have got that. Okay, that is the total number of NaCl molecules. Okay, in 1 FCC, you have 4 NaCl. So number of unit cell is equal to 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 divided by 58.5 into 4. Isn't it? Am I correct? The idea is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now do the calculation. That is your job, not mine. Okay. I don't want you to copy this crowded page. I will show you the slide again. Okay, copy it from there. Okay, this is the one. So what I actually did was the 6.023, I rounded it off to 60. Okay, and I reduced one power of 10. Okay, power of 10 was 10 raised to 23. I reduced it into 10 raised to 22. Okay, so that the 6 I can convert it into 60. See, 60 is close to 58.5. Actually, 58.5, you can say that it is 59. You can take it as 60. In an entrance examination, that is the easiest method. So 60 by 60 gone. 10 raised to 22 divided by 4. What happens? 10 by 4 into 10 to the power 21. Okay. So 2.5 into 10 to the power 21. See, the final step, right before that final step, see the options once, because then only you will know what is the power of 10 they have given. If the power of 10 they have given us 10 to the power 21, in 10 to the power 21 itself, you will have to find the answer. If it is given in 10 to the power 20, then your answer is 25 into 10 to the power 20. Okay. So according to the order of the tens, you have to arrange. So before the last step, just check the options. Okay. If you are somewhere close, You can see that. You can right away understand that with practice. You can right away understand if you are close to the answer, so that you can convert it into the right 10 to the power, right powers of 10. Okay. Completed with the question and answer, all of you? Anybody yet to finish? Anybody yet to finish? Anybody yet to finish? Please put on raise hand icon or just turn on your mic and inform me. Yes, Ashwika, I can see your thumbs up. Sylvia, yeah, good. Shweta, Ritika Shri, completed. Okay. Now let us talk about Yaharini. So now let us talk about the defects. Okay, the defect part we are not clear about. So let us talk about the defect. Okay. Can you see the slide? The packing
Yes, ma'am.
efficiency, all those things we have discussed. Imperfections in solids. This is the one we have to start with. See, these questions we gave it as an assignment in the last class, isn't it? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So imperfections in solids. This is the portion we have to discuss today. So this is actually comprising of notes. Okay, imperfections in solids. There are three types of imperfection. Imperfections is of three types. One is stoichiometric defects, then impurity defect, then non-stoichiometric defect. Three types: stoichiometric, impurity, non-stoichiometric. So three types of defects. So let us see one by one. Stoichiometric defect, you can simply say it as four different types you have to study in stoichiometric defect. So A, my heading you can just take care of. I have given it as A, stoichiometric defect. Now in the subheading A1, vacancy defect. What happens is when some crystals are heated, sometimes when it is heated, few of the lattice site will become vacant. Okay, maybe these atoms and ions will go to the interstitial site or relocate or dislocate, distort. That's all that might have happened. But what happens? There is a vacancy created. Actually, where the atom should have been, it is not there. That's all. That is vacancy defect. Okay, clear? So let me read it out. When some of the lattice sites are vacant, the crystal is said to have vacancy defect. As simple as that. Okay. This defect causes decrease in density of crystal. Okay. When this is happening, see, sometimes they might go missing. Okay. They will be
Ma'am,
vaporized in. Yeah, Ashwika.
ma'am, this topic is already taken, ma'am.
This one is already taken.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So where we have to start it? This is taken Frankel and Schottky.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think this is also taken.
Yes,
Impurity?
ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. So from impurity, we have to start, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for the information, Ashwika. So impurity defect. So let us start with impurity defect. So vacancy defect or interstitial defect, Frankel and Schottky we have discussed. So now impurity defect. What happens is you are melting NaCl, okay, and you are adding a bit of a very little amount of strontium chloride, or if the molten NaCl is accidentally having some strontium chloride inside it, the melting point is almost alike, okay, almost the same. When it is recrystallizing, what will happen? Instead of 2 NaCl, one strontium is enough because strontium is a divalent metal. Okay, so instead of 2 NaCl, at one position, strontium ion will occupy. Okay, so as it is a divalent one of the NaCl's original position of Na, sodium, will be vacant because electrically neutrality is retained. So why should be there a Na plus without any reason? So that site is vacant. Okay. That kind of a vacancy defect which is caused by an impurity is known as impurity defect. Okay. So molten NaCl containing a little amount of strontium chloride is crystallized. Some of the Na plus ions, that site will get occupied by strontium 2 plus ions. Okay. And what happens? It will leave another Na plus site, that is cationic site, vacant. Okay. But the crystal is actually electrically neutral. Okay. The needed neutrality is maintained. But what happens? One site will be vacant. Is this clear? Anybody
Yes,
having any
ma'am.
doubts? Any doubts?
No doubts, ma'am.
Write down the notes. Give me a thumbs up. We'll move to the next. Okay. Completed? All of you? Completed? Yes, Harishankar, I can see your thumbs up. Okay, all of you completed? Yes, I can see some thumbs ups again. Good. So Harini, Shweta, already completed? Yeah. Harini, what about you? Sylvia? Yes, good. So the next one is, don't bother. This is actually 2 big paragraphs, that's all. So non-stoichiometric defects. What is non-stoichiometric defect? Actually, the stoichiometry is not maintained. That is, the stoichiometric ratio is not there. Okay, that is non-stoichiometric defect. In stoichiometric defect, when the vacancy is coming, both anion and cation is missing. Okay, so the stoichiometric ratio is still maintained, but here what happens? The stoichiometric ratio is not maintained. So first one is metal excess defect due to anionic vacancy. See, it is not just metal excess defect due to anionic vacancy. So it is specific for anion, specific for cation. Okay. So what happens? How it happens? That is the first thing, or why it happens. So when NaCl crystals are heated in the presence of sodium vapor. Okay. Sodium vapor in the atmosphere and you are heating an NaCl crystal. Okay. What happens? The chloride ion on the surface. Okay. Or from inside the crystal will come out. Okay, and it will combine with NaCl in the atmosphere. And what happened it will combine with the sodium atoms in the atmosphere. What happens? Sodium will lose 1 electron and will become Na plus, and this Na plus and this Cl minus will combine together to form NaCl, and it will get deposited on the surface of the crystal. What crystal we are heating, to the surface of that crystal it will get deposited. But what happens to that electron? Instead of the chloride ion which has escaped from inside, Instead of the chloride ion which has escaped and created a void, a vacancy, there this electron will get trapped. Okay, the free electron released by Na goes to the vacant chloride site, chloride ion site. What happens? An electron trapped in a crystal will always create a coloration. It will give a color, and that phenomena is known as F center. Okay, let us analyze this once again. You have taken an NaCl crystal. You are keeping it in an environment of sodium vapor. There is a box. In the box, you have sodium vapor. Inside that same box, you have placed a sodium chloride crystal. You are heating it. So, from inside the crystal, chloride ion is escaping. It is finding some way in between the interstitial sites and it will come out. So chloride ion is a highly unstable ion. It will attack Na, sodium vapor, metallic sodium, elemental sodium, atomic sodium. What happens? The sodium is forced to release an electron so that it can become sodium plus. Na plus. This Na plus and the Cl minus will combine and NaCl is formed. Now what happens? There is one electron. Okay, that electron will go to that interstitial site from where the Cl is going out. Okay, the Cl has gone out from one side. To that side, this electron will come back. Okay, the sodium chloride which has formed will get deposited on the top of that crystal when cooling. Okay, now eventually what happens when after cooling it down and everything, still this one electron is still there inside this crystal, isn't it? Trapped inside the crystal. Electron which is trapped inside a crystal means it will definitely show color, because electrons will always have that vibration. It is releasing its energy, it is absorbing energy and releasing energy. Okay, and that releasing energy is in the visible region. The photons are in the visible region so that we can see the color, and that phenomena is known as creation of F center. Okay, for NaCl the F center is showing the color yellow. Okay, for lithium chloride it is pink. For potassium chloride it is violet or lilac according to the concentration of potassium vapor you are taking. It is violet or lilac. Idea is clear, all of you? Any doubts? Anybody? Shweta, Sylvia, Srihari, Harishankar, Ashwika, Harini?
No, ma'am.
No doubts, ma'am.
No doubts. Good.
No doubts, ma'am.
Yeah. So I want you to complete the notes. Then let us move to the next. Completed? Okay, so I can see some thumbs up. Anybody yet to finish? Ashwika completed? Yeah. Harini, what about you? Sylvia, Shweta. Yes. So we are moving to the next. So metal excess defect due to the presence of extra cations. Okay. Reverse. Extra cations at interstitial site. See, earlier it was an electron trapped. Okay, here what happens? Instead of a positive charge, is there a positive charged particle like proton can be trapped inside somewhere? No, it is not possible. So instead, the positively charged species which is easily available is a cation. Cation which is getting trapped inside the actual lattice. Okay, this is what we are going to discuss. So take the example zinc oxide. So zinc oxide, you simply heat it. What will happen? It will become zinc plus, like zinc 2 plus what? Actually, what is zinc oxide? That is the first question. Come on, come on, come on. I need answers. What is zinc oxide? Okay. So you have zinc oxide. Zinc oxide is what? Zinc 2 plus and O2 minus. O2 minus. Okay. When you are heating it, okay, zinc oxide you are heating means what will happen? Zinc 2 plus will be still there. But this O2 minus plus O2 minus. Okay. Let us imagine 2 zinc 2 plus, like 2 zinc oxide has been heated. Let us imagine that 2 zinc oxide has been heated. Okay. The 2 zinc oxide is giving 2 zinc 2 plus. Okay. And it is giving 2O2 minus. But this O2 minus wants to release its electron due to the heat. As O2 minus ions are unstable, they will combine. Okay, this O2 minus will give O2 plus 4 electrons. Okay, so from 2 zinc oxide, 4 electrons you obtain. So let us simplify the equation. Zinc oxide upon heating, you get zinc 2 plus plus half O2 plus 2 electron. Now the idea is clear. Any doubts, any confusions? Harini, Shweta, Sylvia, Srihari, Harishankar, Ashwika? No
Clear,
confusion.
ma'am.
Okay, now let us see what happens. Okay, heating is clear. Now the next step. So the excess, see the oxygen when it is formed, the molecule oxygen is formed means will it stay? Will it stay inside? No, it is a gas. It will escape, isn't it? So this zinc 2 plus is left alone, a lonely one. But the zinc 2 plus is there, plus that 2 electrons is also there. Okay, isn't it? Am I correct? Come on. This oxygen molecule, half O2, that is gas, means oxygen molecule is formed. That oxygen molecule will escape as a gas. What is left over? The zinc 2 plus is also left over. 2 electrons are also left over. What happens? The zinc 2 plus will be trapped inside the crystal with the 2 electrons. Now what happens? Electrical neutrality is maintained. Electrical neutrality is maintained because for the zinc 2 plus 2 electrons are there. But what happens? Oxygen is nowhere to be seen. So the metal part is excess. Zinc is excess. Oxygen is deficient. Metal excess defect due to the presence of extra cations in the interstitial site. Okay, it is a non-stoichiometric defect because zinc oxide, when it was ideal crystal means zinc oxide, for one zinc, one oxygen should be there. Here in this case, Zinc 2 plus ions are excess, oxygen is not there. Okay, so the excess zinc 2 plus will occupy the interstitial site and the electrons will move to the neighboring interstitial site to maintain electrical neutrality. Is this idea clear? Any confusions? Any problem? Okay. Any confusions? Come on, respond. I want response.
No confusions.
No confusions. Okay. So I want you to take down the notes. Then we will move to the next. Once completed, give me thumbs ups. Yes, Sri Hari Krishna. Sri Hari, which school are you from? Yes, Sylvia.
I'm Bharati Matriculation, ma'am.
Bharati Matriculation. Okay. Harini, yeah. Okay. So students, I just wanted to ask you out of curiosity, have you all of you got NCERT textbooks original?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone. Anybody who is not having, please put on raise hand icon. Okay. So actually what I am suggesting is, okay, I can see some like raise hands. So I am suggesting you is for this PCMB subjects, physics, chemistry, maths and biology subjects, by textbook, by NCERT textbook, because most of the questions that comes from like comes for this JEE and NEET exams mainly. Okay, these are actually from direct from NCERT textbook. That is concept based questions. Simply they directly take it from the text and paste it in your question paper. JEE especially inorganic. Okay. So for that matter alone, I want you to collect the NCERT textbook. Like it won't cost you so much money. What I want you to do is take that textbook for working out chapter by chapter. All the in-text solved problems is there inside the text itself. Unsolved problems is there. Then miscellaneous exercises are there. Okay, so many questions are there in the NCERT books, which is the best for you to practice. And why I am asking you this time, see, towards the like December or January February season, you'd be busy with preparation for the examination. At that time you won't be having the mentality to take a textbook and answer the questions. Okay, so this is the best time to do that. This is the best time to do that. So prepare well with NCERT textbook, because NCERT, the sentence or the theory based, concept based questions, problem sides, all those things they are asking from the text itself, NCERT text itself. So one more text for your aid will only help you. Okay. So anyway, because this is your career decision. This is the point you are deciding with your career. Okay. So I want you to prepare well for these things. Okay. So try to collect it. Sylvia and Sri Hari Krishna, for all of you who doesn't have these NCERT, is it difficult for you to collect it? Any trouble?
No, ma'am.
Okay, collect it. Okay, collect it from your seniors or someone like that, like your friends, relatives. Somebody will be there, or maybe you can collect it from any nearby bookstore also, because it is available. It is that much popular and available. Okay, collect it, practice the questions from within the text. No doubt it will help you. So the next one is metal deficiency defect, which is the last topic from this chapter. Okay, so what is it? So some solids are like, okay, it is like a class of students who are totally mischievous. Okay, you are making some of them to sit, the other side will be going. Likewise, it is very difficult to make them sit in one order. Okay, some solids are like that. Some solids are actually difficult to be prepared, like when they are molten and they are allowed to recrystallize, some of the metal ions will immediately escape. Okay, It is like it is not like a classroom. Sometimes you can uh, relate it to a prison. Okay, you are leaving them for their daily activities or something like that, then they are missing. Okay, you have to find them again. Okay, likewise. So when you are recrystallizing them, some of them will be already missing. For example, iron oxide. It's very important example also. Iron oxide is a very important example when it comes to metal deficiency defect, because with this point itself they will ask the problem side question like the packing efficiency, those things. Okay, or the stoichiometric ratio you should find. Sometimes how many iron 2 plus ion are there, how many iron 3 plus ion are there, those kinds of question will be asked from this point alone. So take care. So for example, ferrum oxide or iron oxide. Okay, when you're seeing the formula, okay, very nice. Okay, the proportion is 1:1 and it is looking beautiful. But actual case, it is not like that. It would only be Fe 0.93. Instead of 1.93 is only there. Oxygen as usual, because it is the lattice determining thing. Okay, like the chloride ion in NaCl, this is the one which is determining the lattice structure. So oxygen will be there present in every position with accuracy, no problem. But iron sometimes will escape. So some iron 2 plus ions are missing. Instead, the present iron at ions, okay, Fe ions. Okay, I don't want you to get confused with what is iron and ion. So some Fe ions will convert itself into Fe3 plus ions, so that the electrical neutrality can be maintained. That is, see, 4 iron, uh, okay, 4 iron 2 plus was there means, okay, let us take it. Even I haven't worked it out. Let me work it out now. Okay, let us take that. Fe2 plus is there. Fe2 plus is there. Fe2 plus, Fe2 plus. 4 iron 2 plus are there. And 2 of them has gone missing. Okay, 2 of them has gone missing. Or let us take 3 of them gone missing. Okay, so many iron 2 plus ions. Fe2 plus, Fe2 plus, etc. So many Fe2 plus was there. Okay, 3 of them has gone missing. Now what happens? Fe2 plus, Fe, sorry, and vacancy, Fe2 plus, vacancy, Fe2 plus, vacancy, Fe2 plus. If this was the case, will the electrical neutrality be maintained? If is it possible to maintain it, electrical neutrality? Okay, how many 2 plus is there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 14 plus charge. Here there are only 8 plus charge. Okay, so for the instead of this 3 vacancy, 2 Fe3 plus are reinstated. So here Fe3 plus, here also Fe3 plus. One is vacant, metal deficiency. There comes our deficiency. And neutrality maintained such a way that instead of this vacancy, 2 other Fe ions are made into 3 plus. Is the idea clear? Any doubts? Okay, so let us go back to the slide. You can take down the notes. Here it is. Okay, can you see the screen clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Any doubts?
No doubts, ma'am.
Yeah. So once completed, I want you to give me a thumbs up. Then we will go to the next. Okay, completed. All of you. All of you. Anybody having any doubts? Ashwika. Okay.
No doubts, ma'am.
No doubts. Anybody yet to finish? Sylvia, Shweta, Harini.
Completed.
Completed. All of you. Okay. So now let us just look at one more question and then let us wind up the class. So the next question is, this is a very simple question. I just want you to write down the question. Edge length of a cube is 400 picometers. Its body diagonal would be. Body diagonal would be. This is the question. Okay. This is a very simple question. So edge length is A means face diagonal. That is for the face-ended cube. Do you remember we found the value for B? Do you remember? A is one side, A is another side. Then the hypotenuse is B, which is what we found out. Do you remember? 1:1:√2, our old ratio, Pythagoras theorem. Okay. For body diagonal, what happens? A is to B is to C. That is 1:√2 is to √3 was the ratio. Okay, so body diagonal is actually √3 into A. Okay, or A √3. Simply A √3. Okay, so body diagonal is what? A √3, which is 400 into √3. Approximately, you can take it as 173. See, 1.732 into 400. You can take it as the zeros, you can multiply it to the previous one. So 173 into 4. Okay, you will get 692 as the answer. Very simple question. But this has been asked in a JE paper. Okay, that's why I told you these are some simple but direct question they are asking. Okay, scoreable topics. That's the point. Okay, that's why you should practice as many questions as possible so that you can take up more score. Score is very important. Okay, out of 300, minimum 170 should be your score. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Okay, for like moderate easy paper, 170 plus, only then you will be qualified to advanced. That's the case. Okay, completed all of you. Anybody yet to finish? Yes, I can see some thumbs ups coming up. Yeah, Srihari. Harini, Sylvia. What about you, Shweta, Ashwika? Yes, Ashwika. Okay, Shweta. Okay. So can you just turn on your video once, all of you? Okay. Yeah, I can see some good faces, pretty faces. Good. So how's your school classes going? Like, what is the timing of your school, Harishankar, Srihari?
9 to 4 on alternative days, ma'am.
9 to 4 on alternative days. What about you, Srihari?
Ma'am, 8:45 to 12:45 alternative days.
Alternative days. Okay. Ashwika?
Same, ma'am. 8:45 to 12:45 alternative days. ma'am.
Alternative days. Okay. So Harini?
We have online classes.
All day classes. Full time?
Online.
Online only. Okay. Okay. Fine. Sylvia?
Ma'am, we have exams going on, ma'am. So
Okay.
whenever exams there, that time we'll come and write, ma'am. That's it.
Okay. That's it. Shweta, what about you?
Daily 9 to 4, ma'am.
Daily 9 to 4. Okay. So how are the classes going? Like your +2 portions has been started?
No, ma'am, they are an idea of keeping +1 full portions test.
Okay. Yeah, so that's fine. So prepare very well. I'm repeatedly asking you to do as many problems from available textbooks. Whatever you have, that also you practice. NCERT collected practice. Okay. And wherever you are seeing any question paper anywhere, try to solve it. Okay. That will actually help you. So for today, let us wind up the class. So have a good day. Okay, you can leave, no problem.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.